Hi guys, welcome back. Are you looking for SAP Business Analyst job or functional analysis job? So in this video, I'm going to give you some ideas, some guidance so that it will help you for the preparation of the same job, and also I'm going to give you some tips so that you can utilize that in your preparing your resume. Few days back, one of my viewers they requested that I should prepare a video on this functional analyst role or business analyst role. You can see this message. On that basis, I am preparing this video. Now let's understand what is this business analyst or functional analyst role. What is their responsibility? So we can say that in SAP Business Analyst, which is popularly known as BA role, business analyst, acts as a bridge between the stakeholders, means the company process owners, like your if we'll talk about finance, our finance process owners like maybe senior manager or CFO or any key person in the project, with the consultant. So they are going to meet the gap between the stakeholders and the consultants, because consultant is outsider. They are completely new to the particular industry, or maybe that particular business or that particular company, their business process. So someone should understand their requirement, and the stakeholders, they are completely new to SAP. They are not that well versed with IT. So someone is required to bridge the gap so that they can coordinate with both the like consultants as well as the stakeholders, so that the successful or the project success depends on their performance. So that is why in every project, or even after project also, you will find there is a good demand of functional analyst role or the business analyst role. And initially, when you are going to start your career in consulting, I will suggest you may choose this role also, because as you know that for consulting relevant experience is required. So there is no harm for initial 1 or 2 years if you are going to start your career in business analyst. So it is not like you are completely new to SAP. You should have the enough knowledge for that. And also SAP consulting point of view, that you don't have that experience. So it is win-win situation for both company point of view. They are going to hire business analysts so that the workload will be less for the consultant, and it is also good situation for you so that you can start at least your career on SAP. Later I will explain like how you can start or what will be the areas you need to focus. So I hope you got some idea what exactly the business analyst role. Now you can see here what is the key responsibility of the functional consultant. So we have to understand, or you have to understand, the business need for the translating their business process into SAP solution. So as I said, you have a good knowledge on SAP product, one or multiple products. You have also a good knowledge on the business. For example, if you are saying that I am finance BA or I am ERP BA, so that means you are saying that I have a good knowledge on the SAP side, as I have good knowledge on the business side also. So that is the prerequisite. Plus you have a good knowledge on the product. For example, if you are saying that I am SAP Finance BA, so it is expected that you have a decent knowledge on the configuration, the testing side. So you have that knowledge. Maybe you are not that matured or that expertise you don't have, so that you can independently do the consulting. So that is the upper level. But at least as a functionalist, you can help with or you can work with the consultant, or you can act bridge between the business stakeholders as a consultant. So collaborating with different key holders, key users, collaborating with stakeholders, collaborating with SAP consultant to explain each business process, how they want that, what is the current situation of the business, you know better, like whether, for example, they want to implement product costing, and now in the current business or in the current application they don't have that particular solutions. So you, the person who knows better what is product costing, so that is the prerequisite, the business knowledge you should have. And also you, the person, you also know the SAP knowledge. So that is why you can collaborate the things in a better way. So you are responsible for creating all the functional documents. So you need to prepare like in a proper way all the documents, all the flow charts, all the business process documents, so that it will help the consultant to get the idea what exactly they are looking here. So whether they are looking for product costing with MTO process, make to stock process, or like whether they are looking for period costing. So what exactly their business is looking, so that each and everything you are going to communicate to the consultant, and on that basis they are going to start their development work. Also you are the key person who is going to give the training to the users, to the end users, to the support also, because you are the person who understand the project in a better way. Obviously consultant is the developer, main developer, but after that you are the person who already working in the project from the beginning. So that is why you can continue the end user trainings. You are going to help them to understand the different product of SAP, different processes of SAP, right? So you can give the training to the end users. You can also later continue as a support consultant also. So that's why it is highly required to hire one functional consultant or business analyst for even after go live also. And always you will find those business analysts initially they get hired in the project and they are continuing support, and later they can upgrade themselves into as a consultant. Now how to prepare for this business analyst role? So preparation point of view, it is important. You should know like what exactly my requirement and what are the skills required for me, what are the skills required here. Skill point of view, if you'll see, as I said, business process, a very strong understanding. For example, you are going to explain the complete process of P2P to the consultant so that they can configure it, right? So whether the foreign currency valuations will be there, if any exchange difference will be there, so that at the time of purchase how they are going to address it. So every process you should have. It's not like that you can't say that I don't know this process being BA. So it is highly required that you should have a good knowledge on the business process. Understand. And when you are going for BA, normally companies, they are not going to hire multiple BA in a project, like someone from the finance, someone from the logistic, maybe they will not hire in that way. Consultants, they have many work, so that's why multiple consultant will be there, finance consultant will be there, logistic consultant will be there, or in fact multiple consultants will be there. But companies are very choosy when they are going to hire the functional analyst. So it is expected that if you are going to hire as functional analyst or business analyst, it is expected that you have a good knowledge on the ERP. That includes finance, logistic. When I'm saying finance, means both your financial accounting, management accounting, purchase, sales, as many as product knowledge you have, it is good for a BA. So that is the prerequisite. Also, you have good knowledge in the product also, means configuration. Here we are not expecting that you are very pro in the configurations, you have a very good knowledge on the configuration development part. Of course that is not your area, but you should know what are the configurations are required. Maybe you will not get a chance in a project to do all the configuration, because that is the role of the consultant, but you are familiar with all the configurations. So sometimes if any, in a scrum meeting, if something is required, then you can address that. You can explain the need of the stakeholders from the technical point of view. For example, there is some discussion is going on about some tables, but you are completely silent, I don't know the table, so it is not acceptable. So that's why it is highly required that you should have a good understanding on a particular product. And I would say that if you have good knowledge on multiple products, then it is very good. So one prerequisite is business knowledge, and second one is the SAP configuration knowledge. Another requirement here is analytical and problem solving skill, because you are the key person who is going to interact with two parties, means the consulting team as well as with the business point of view. So that's why you should have a very good understanding of the problems what they are raising. That means the business what they are raising. So then ability to analyze a particular issue. For example, let's say during end user training, the users are saying, no, this is not what we are doing, there is some modifications required and all. So that properly you need to communicate to the consulting team or the development team on the basis of your skill, on the basis of your expertise. So that is another skill is required. So what should be the growth like initially when we can start your functional analyst role? Anyone can start the functional analyst role. Normally companies are hiring here with the initial experience. Like for example, let's say you have 1 year domain experience. Right now you're working on any other profile, not in SAP. If you have a knowledge on the business, right? So you can start your analyst career here. So that's why I've given the first option here. It is business analyst 0 to 3 years. Obviously, if someone having some good experience, 1 or 2 year experience, that will be preferred or that will be considered. But anyone can start the functional analyst role. And when you are going to search the job, don't search the job, particularly if you are freshers, if you don't have much experience on this area, don't search with the consulting. Obviously, when the moment you are going to add consulting, so that is the next profile. So that is why you need to add here the requirement on the basis of functional role or the business analyst role. And also very important, you need to prepare resume accordingly. I will talk on the resume too. So first entry will be 0 to 3 years if I am going to put this category. So it is your entry level role, and that will be the business analyst. So if you are planning for a SAP career, so it is good if you can or if you can start your career for business analyst, because I know this many people after they have completed the training but they are not getting the profile. So you have to understand that to start the SAP career you should have the SAP relevant experience. Directly it is very difficult to start your career as a SAP consultant. Maybe you will not get the call, but there is no harm if you are going to start your career as business analyst. And whatever right now the salary you are getting, when you will join as business analyst, definitely you are going to get like 30 to 40%, 50% hike on your existing profile. You will get a better work culture. You are going to join SAP project, you are join IT company, or even some product based company may hire you. So everything will be good. So don't think that it is a low profile job, we should not go for this one. Being fresher, it is a good platform or a good option to start your career as functional analyst. Once you have the functional analyst, let's say 2 years, 3 years, once you have the experience, then you can move to the next level, that is the mid level I'm considering, where you have the experience of 3 to 7 years. In this segment, like as already you have completed 3 years, 4 years on analyst role, you understand the business better way, you have a good knowledge on the SAP also, configuration knowledge. Now you can start the functional consultant job. Being fresher, it is very difficult to start the functional consultant role. Right now, if anyone is doing job hunting, I'm sure you can connect this point with your current situation. So that is why once you have the relevant experience, 2 years analyst role or 3 years analyst role, it is very easily to upgrade to the consulting role. Of course, whatever the requirement, technical skill is required, or the latest technology knowledge, or the whatever requirement will be, that you should have, I'm assuming, but it is a good option. You can upgrade from the analyst to the functional consultant role. In this segment, you are going to work as consultant independently. You are going to handle your project, for example, FICO or logistic, whatever your project that you are going to handle. And right now, some BA is going to work under you, or in the project, some BA will be there. So once you have this much of experience, then you are going to upgrade to the next role, which is our advanced level, we are saying. So right now you are working as SAP principal consultant, right? So in this phase, you have a very good understanding, very good expertise, both from the business point of view, on the product point of view. Maybe right now you are handling multiple technologies together, multiple products together. So you are going under your project, under you, multiple consultants are working. So it is a SME level. That means you have a very good expertise. So right now, maybe you are not going to do all the developments. You are going to monitor the consultants' work. You are going to review the work of the consultants. So in that role, it will be there. So starting from BA, then consultant, then senior consultant, then principal consultant. Like this, your career is going to will be a better. So, and simultaneously, you have to add the skill, because in IT, if you are not upgrading yourself, that means you are degrading. Now coming to resume point of view. So how you are going to prepare your resume, because many things are depends how you have prepared your resume. In resume, if you have prepared, like I have a knowledge of on these areas, that everyone will write. So that is nothing specific. In this case, I'm giving some tips, but I will suggest you take the help of your mentor so that a perfect resume will be there, because your resume should be well drafted so that it will come under ATS. So in resume, you are going to provide some informations like how you reduce the work, right, of the consultants, or how you reduce the implementation time with your expertise. Okay, for example, you can say some scenario, just randomly I'm saying, for example, you can say that in companies struggling with manual vendor payments, and we have introduced, or it is implemented, the automatic payment program. So with this, as a BA, I analyze my current manual process. I find all the loopholes. I find all the pain points, work with our finance consultant, with the procurement team, because ultimately payment is linked with the procurement team. So I gather all the requirements. I prepared all the documents. I introduced this one, or we have implemented these things with along with our consultants. So as a result, as we collaboratively or jointly we did this new innovations, I mean this new things we configured in our system and we have implemented. As a result, our payment or this payment time reduced by 50%, 30%, something you can give some statistical. If you will give this information in this way, so your resume will be eye-catching. So it is improved the accuracy of the vendor time, vendor payments, then payment time reduced for let's say 40%. We have a good compliance with our finance regulations. So in this way, if you are going to put some case studies, then your resume will be eye-catching and you will get more calls in interview. Also, your employer is going to give, like they will feel the confidence with your profile. So they will feel that, okay, this person already work on this particular profile, or they have no. So that's why I said that you need to closely work with your mentor when you are going to prepare your resume, because how you are going to prepare your resume and you are going to upload, accordingly calls will be there. If you'll prepare a standard resume which is nowhere, it is not as good as for consulting, it is not good for analyst, you will not get the calls. Ultimately, it is not practically possible. You can search all jobs and you can apply. So that is why on the basis of your resume, if your resume will come under your ATS, then accordingly the interview will be scheduled. So that's why right keyword should be there in your resume, right? What profile you have. If you are preparing for consulting, then accordingly that resume should be there, a proper project portfolio should be there, so everything should be there. And if you are going for analyst, accordingly you should have the case study. So don't mix everything in one resume, it is not going to work anyway. Optimize your resume as per the role, which role you are looking, what is the JD, as per that you need to prepare the resume. So in resume, add those keywords so that it will come under your tracking system, or it should be ATS friendly, right? I hope you know the applicant tracking system, so that should be ATS friendly resume should be there. Do a professional summary of 2 to 3 lines. It is these are very important things. A professional summary should be there about your skill, about your process knowledge, right? Which area you already work, like what are the different UATs you prepared, what are the different functional specifications you have prepared. Is shortly, briefly, not very that lengthy, but in briefly, all this information should be there. If you have certification, mention that. So all these areas, if you are going to what I addressed, if you are going to add in your resume, then definitely you are going to get the interview calls. So once you will get the interview calls, 20% job done. After that, interview schedule will depends on your initial talks. So if your initial round is good, then definitely you are going to have a technical round, and accordingly rest of the things you can manage. So I hope I covered all these areas. If anything missed, or if still have any confusion, anything, feel free to mail me, then definitely, or add in the comments, I will address in my next video. Thank you. See you soon.